Good evening! And I see that I don't have my captions on. Good evening! Hi, hello, welcome everybody, I am the Netherlad, and welcome to our evening game of Scion Divinity Reborn. I am looking forward to playing this with my friends, so why don't we jump right into there?
Translate them, it's just
Hello!
bizarre. Hello.
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 I'm ready.
Nice. I had to update my captions because it kept thinking I was Swedish. Well, I mean, and I am, but I'm not speaking Swedish.
I see. That is certainly something.
Yeah, there were some very interesting captions when I was trying to speak. So I figured maybe you'd want slightly more accurate ones and less Swedish ones.
Well, I do appreciate that.
Okay. Not bad. Okay. Sorry, I'm just making some last minute notes here real quick. Okay.
It's quite alright.
Alrighty. So there's that. Okay. Is everybody ready?
Indeed.
I believe so.
I've been ready for months.
Okay. Just double checking that, pulling that up. If I can hit the right buttons, that would be great. Alrighty. But that being said, last time you guys officially took the job and decided to go investigating Action Auto after hours, sneaking around, finding out that it is one part chop shop and one part car sales area, for better and for worse. Went forward into into the actual shop itself and found an office. After digging around the office for a little while, finding some interesting little things, you came over and noticed that people were approaching, for better and for worse. And so, this is going to be a bit odd, but how I've been doing it, because I'm not running initiative by the books. What I will need everyone to do is to roll 1d10 plus their speed.
Okay. Now I need to figure out where my speed is.
1d10 plus speed.
You mean movement?
And your
or?
speed? Yes, movement, yeah.
Alright.
Because that's might or dex
yes.
plus athletics.
So, we're going to make that a roll 1d10 plus movement.
I want to go first.
Okay.
Sorry. But
Close, though.
sure.
I want to go before the bad guys.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay that you're not going first because you're not going to go into melee. I should roll for gun, shouldn't I?
The way that I've been rolling things afterwards. Sorry, because I do play this game on Thursdays, and everyone but one person of a 5-man group has a creature companion.
Is it on my turn?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just however you want to roll it in regards to. You want Gon to do something first? You want to do something first? That's good for it. So, just for a quick initiation in regards to things, since we do have a map here for those that aren't quite used to it. As I'm grabbing the ruler, we've got. So what you can do is you can move into one of the other range bands type of thing. But it does take so for example, in order for this guy to get here, he would have to do the equivalent of a dash action type of thing because he's going through one full range band.
Right.
Other than that, for movement, you can move into one of those on its own, and then you can do one regular or complex action if you want to. A complex action is I want to do two things. We'll take the lower of the pool, and then you will roll that, and we'll decide what happens after the result of that roll. So you can dash and attack. It's just you might have to roll a lower pool than your regular attack pool.
Right.
All right. But with that being said, you guys are currently, as far as you're aware, unnoticed, as these people have kind of gone forward, and we will start off things with Virginia. What would you like to do?
We are so far not seen by these people, correct?
As far as you believe, yes.
Okay, let me also just turn down this music and turn on the music of the scene. Ooh. With Virginia, I'm just going to give that here, the sheet. I will make ready my weapon.
Yeah.
And we are still in the office, correct?
Correct. As far as I'm aware, Omnos and Lou are on the are just kind of at the office door. But Virginia herself is within the office type of thing.
Okay. With my weapon at the ready, I think I would like... Yeah, I'm not going to engage this directly or immediately. I'm going to make sure that the evidence that we've collected is all in one piece and ready. That we can just get out with them.
I'm just double checking some things. Cool. Alrighty then. Is that all that you'd like to do then?
That's all I'd like to do on this turn, yeah.
Excellent. Alrighty. Lou, it is your turn.
Yay. I would like... Like, I know who these guys are. I know the jackasses, so I'm gonna try and clear us a path by stepping out into the hallway and throwing this chair as hard as I can at the two guys down the left.
A throwing attack is a might and athletics check normally, unless there's a different pool that you'd like to roll. I mean, it's your preferred pool, it's just that's what the suggestion is.
I would like the dexterity for aim.
Alright, I will allow the dexterity athletics. You do have a bonus to this because of your specialization. So that's an automatic 1 success no matter what happens.
Okay. Things are all good. 4 successes.
That is not bad.
Okay. Something that's pretty interesting about this system that I enjoy is it's got some similarities to mutants and masterminds, where mooks are just fodder. What you needed was 1 success.
Yay! Also, for the benefit of people at home, I've applied certain tags to this chair that I told our lovely storyteller in advance. Bashing, unconcealable, two-handed, stun, thrown, and shockwave.
So we're bowling for
Shockwave is
mooks.
typically for explosives.
And magical items, which this chair has become.
I may have made this chair magical with the power of my superpowers that Lou is just realizing he has.
I see.
This is awesome. I approve. I shall bless
I
this
have
chair.
dubbed this chair the chair of mass destruction. I will take no questions.
The first thing that I'm gonna do, just that way we're on the same page here, is these two guys are definitely out.
Yep.
Because that's the area that you were throwing it at, was to kind of go out the way that you were going. So
Right.
generally... Was that?
The other 4, they're on like another side of the building, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So generally what happens is Lou kind of goes forward and quietly rolls this chair over as things begin to get knocked down, or as things begin to go down, not get knocked down. That happens
They don't
in a
get up
second.
again.
And then Lou lifts, as Omnos, you have the easiest sight of this, as Lou lifts and then yeets this chair.
Basically picks it up by like the back and spins and throws it.
And it's interesting because it seems to go from where you guys are to the to the immediate area in a brief moment, like much faster than somebody should be able to throw it, as it creates what is in fact a small crater as it blows, as the chair is functionally destroyed.
Yeah.
And the parts split off and hit the two people, knocking them out. There is a loud noise with this. There's no other way to say it.
Oh, I should have added loud as well.
It's like it's not like loud as in like everyone in the area is going to hear, in the immediate area is going to hear, but it's definitely something that puts on there.
I see.
And Lou
Wow.
sees this and immediately freaks out.
Might as well give a low impressed
Holy shit.
whistle.
I think Virginia just looks shocked. And then
Virginia
looks...
from inside the office just sees Lou yeet a chair, hears it breaking, and then sees everyone's shocked reactions.
What? And I can I peer outside?
I'll allow you to peer outside, sure.
And then seeing the carnage, I just look at my little Walther PDX. Oh.
I'm gonna shoot Lou a look and say, and you thought I was weird?
Okay.
And Gun is going to move like between me and the other guys
Okay.
because I'm out in the corridor right now.
Alright.
And
So
can I like ready in a thing?
what are you looking to do?
He wants to basically actually, there it is. Goodbye. He wants to be ready to do his dread gaze when they come around the corner.
I'll allow it. Yeah, I'll allow it.
His defensive boy.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. So it is the Mook's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them have, because of the area that it's at, have melee-related weaponry as they hear the crashing sound of a chair practically exploding. They are going to come up. They see they have to cross a area. So the first one, these guys. So I'm just gonna move tokens just for ease of access. Which everyone should be able to move theirs because it's just the stuff. So we'll go ahead and put the first guy here, the Dread Gaze. That would be 7 dice from Gone. So if you do 70, and then you push exclamation point, it'll reroll 10s.
Is that exclamation point after the 10?
Yep.
Two.
All right, 2 successes. This guy is paralyzed because he's a mook. You only have a defense of 1. The other 2 or the other 3 are going to come up and take inventory. I hate to be the bad guy here, but it's kind of my job. So one's going to attack the dog, and since Lou's seen, because of cinematic things, they're going to try to attack Lou. So for a defensive action, what you can do is roll. You should be able to just roll one of your resistance stats. If you go to attribute, you can do composure, stamina, or resolve, and then you just go blank on the skill, and that should roll it. That'll add to your defense, which I believe, because you regained armor, should be a base of 2. So they have to get 2 successes or more.
Okay. I was just trying out the roll.
No worries. I had to play with it a little bit too.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. So they still have to get 2. Their dice pools aren't great. And they do not make it. For the first one, for the second one, also does not make it. And then the third one's going to go for Gon, whose defense I believe is much greater for various reasons. No, actually.
He has heavily armored, yeah.
Yeah, I need to
Rock
change
dog.
it on that.
Made of rocks.
Oh no. Oh no, that's 4 successes, so Gon is going to get a bruise.
That's fine, he can take it.
As one of the guys goes forward and then kicks a stone dog and goes, "Ow, what the fuck?" As he kicks a stone
That is
dog.
going to leave a mark.
There's a bit of a difference in reaction between Lou and Ruby when someone attacks their respective dogs.
Mm-hmm.
For now, at least. That being said, Omnos, it is your turn.
Lou isn't like looking that way right now, so.
Fair. Well, I am going to go for the one who attacked Lou.
Okay. So I will mark this one with a lightning bolt.
say
He is paralyzed.
Did we? Yeah, I did have a staff.
You did, yes.
So yeah, I'm gonna whack him.
Alright. Whack him with your stick.
Yep.
That would be your preferred attacking things, which is, yeah, definitely might in close combat.
Yeah, and I have a specialization with melee weapons. Might. Close combat. Bop.
2 successes. Alright. Again, because they're mooks, you just kind of do a wide swing with your staff, and 1 for each success. These guys go down.
Hey.
Alright.
Nice.
Virginia, it is your turn.
Swing it and clonk one of them's head into the other one.
I think I'm following the people here, the group here, and seeing that they're engaging these mooks. I'm probably going to say, should we exit now?
Yeah, go.
Okay.
I'll cover.
In that case, if Ono says that Virginia is not going to give cover, and instead is going to probably leave via the east exit way, where the 2 mooks were, destroyed by the chaise longue of mass destruction. Sorry,
right,
I'm making it a couch now.
It's fine. The bigger it is, the funnier it is.
So, probably move.
Did you want to take a dash action?
Yeah, I would like to dash towards the car.
Get to the door at least and see if there's anyone else outside.
Yeah, might as well check for backup.
Okay, you're checking for backup. I believe that would technically be a complex action, but I'm just gonna see. You can go ahead and make a cunning survival or subterfuge check of your choice in order to take a look at people.
You know what I'd pick.
Go for it.
What?
Would you like to spend some momentum?
Yeah, you can have some.
We still have some momentum.
Yes,
Momentum.
I reset it.
At the start of the session.
That's fair.
We have 5.
We have 5.
6. 2 for each person.
Right. So, 1 point of momentum is 1 die
1d10.
reroll.
Yep.
So, why does it say 5 on my sheet then? Or did you already
Because
take 1 down?
I wasn't playing with that one. You guys might have had it from last time when you guys spent some momentum.
You guys okay if I spend 2?
Go ahead.
That's nothing.
No successes. As far as you can tell, it is you are clear to go.
Okay. I will, like, I still have my weapon at the ready as before, aiming it downward currently. But now, storyteller, have I been in similar situations before?
What do you mean by similar situations?
Have
Have you been in stressful situations that involve combat? Yes. Have you been in stressful situations that involve other people as your main antagonists? I don't know.
Fair. So heart is racing a little. I am like still like I think no one is there, but I think I've also been trained to like always check the corners. So I'm little nervous, head on a swivel. And I did say I'd take the dash action, right?
You did?
Okay, then I'm heading towards like another corner, probably to the garage, before going to the car.
You can make a decent amount of headway because of how the range bands and stuff work, so. Alrighty. Lou,
Still freaking
what would you
out.
like to do? Absolutely.
Yeah, freaking out is a free action.
Absolutely.
Some people did try to attack him though, so he's gonna realize that the other people are there. And probably hit one in the face.
Go for it.
Because I don't think there's any thing I can use for as a weapon right now, so that's 4 successes.
Was there something that you wanted to use as a weapon? Generally speaking, okay, I was gonna say generally speaking, if you want to grab things, as long as it's one of the things that sounds plausible in the
Lou,
scene,
in this particular second, does not want to grab a thing in case it explodes.
that is fair. But with 4 successes, you're going to attack the paralyzed one as well?
Yeah.
Alright. With 4 successes, easily enough, these guys are taken care of. In which case,
And then
yeah.
Lou's just gonna stumble back away from them and try and follow Virginia.
Okay. Dawn follows.
Yeah.
Omnos, is there anything that you would like to do?
I mean, I want to. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna follow because my job is to keep these guys safe. So, but I'm also going to keep an eye out for any further pursuit.
Okay. Go ahead and make a cunning survival or subterfuge check of your choice.
Definitely survival. You said cunning as well. Yikes. Not my strongest skill around.
Better than I did.
With 1 success, you don't believe that there is anything there. And then as things kind of calm down, as you guys kind of make it over to the street carefully, you find that at least for the moment, you guys appear to be safe
Whew.
from pursuit.
Get in the car.
Well, that was a bit of a warm-up, almost. Not really.
Almost.
Does Omnos say
What's
that?
happening?
Yep, he does. I mean, he does not look particularly phased by this, I don't think.
Wait,
Meanwhile-
what do you mean by
meanwhile-
warm-up?
Meanwhile, Lou is sitting there like, what the fuck just happened?
Like, what were they doing? Like, what were they gonna do? Are they dead?
They did storyteller?
Both of the weapon tags had the stun tag, so unless you guys told me. And generally, this system assumes the default of non-lethal.
No, not really. Do you want them to be?
No?
Okay. And Omnis sort of shrugs.
Chair exploded.
I imagine that he has fought a bit in his past, with various types of creatures for fun or for other reasons. I don't know.
For fun or for glory.
Yes.
All right. Driving towards probably
Wherever you want to go.
Probably this. Probably some place close to the soup kitchen. And then
here's
go
a good
back
question.
to
What type of place are you looking for right now?
A place to lay low for a moment.
You know, a place to lay low. I mean, what?
Because like something that comes to mind is you could go to the let me see if I have it actually put in your notes. If I can open the right thing. You could go to the clubhouse. That is an option.
That is true. And
Taking Gandha is going to be fun.
oh, love would love gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a second cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sounds good.
But yeah, in that case, I think going to the clubhouse would be a good place to get somewhere safe.
Excellent. All right, so it's definitely a little bit further out of your way in comparison to like the soup kitchen or something, but you know that it is definitely safer than other places.
Right.
Because there are people that are there that can do it, that can defend themselves. That being said, it is pretty close to midnight. So as you kind of arrive at the clubhouse, Olaf is wherever he is, but there is somebody that's always there, a trusted individual in regards to it. This guy's a little bit younger, probably closer to late 30s, early 40s in comparison to Olaf, who's 10 years on that, at least. But he kind of is definitely the more quiet and reserved type, not unkind or anything like that. He's kind of got a splash of red hair, kind of pinkish undertones to his skin, and he's just like, he kind of sits there, recognizes you, and goes, "Oh yeah, these guys with you?"
I nod.
Type of thing. Okay. And then he kind of steps over to the side and lets everyone in. Kind of raises his eyebrow at Gon for a little bit there, just like, yeah, all right.
He's also with us.
Gon is doing the big open mouth dog smile at everyone.
Yeah, right.
I will mention to him that we might have a little bit of heat on us.
And he kind of sits there and looks over towards the wall that's kind of got, like, it's mostly display weapons, but they're definitely older ones that had some function to them. And he kind of sits there and nods and goes, I mean, like, were they packing, like, firearms, or is this going to be something like that's going to be able to handle?
I will shoot a intense look at Lou and Omnos for that, because I didn't see shit.
Lou just kind of mumbles, get better.
I didn't see any firearms, and I'm not shrugs.
Alright.
Oh, by the way, at the car I would have put safety back on my gun, and being here I will start to unload the magazine and eject the cartridge so that it is unloaded.
All right, absolutely. So as you kind of tell him that, he kind of goes forward, and he grabs kind of what looks to be kind of like just a short sword type of thing, and just kind of puts it within arm's reach. Doesn't put him on him or anything, and it's still sheathed, and it's just kind of sitting there. And he's like, "All right, cool. You know the way around Virginians." take care of what you gotta take care of. We'll keep an eye out for you.
Thanks. Do I know his name?
You do. His name's Tyler. His first name's Tyler.
Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Olive is in, or is he sleeping?
Oh, I'm sleeping. Can't have
nice.
him up all day.
No, I get it. I get it.
You need me to wake him up, though. I can do that for you.
No need. We are not in any particular time-sensitive issues currently.
Alright, well... Alright, well, I'll be here if you need anything. You know where the kitchen is, you know where stuff is as you need it, so... He kind of just goes back to sipping and keeping an eye out on things.
I think I will go to the kitchen to get us some food ready.
Yeah. It's definitely a modest type of kitchen. Most of the ingredients in comparison to Ginkama, where that's kind of like stuff that's filling and high in calories. Stuff here is high in protein for energy bursts, things along those lines.
Okay. I will say, the clubhouse always has ingredients stocked for grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make that for the three of us. And what should I give Gon?
A rock.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Anyone need
going
anything
to
off the top shelf?
I'm going to try and find something that is mineral-y.
Mineral, you just throw a salt in the full container into Khan's mouth.
No,
It's a rock.
that is true.
Man. That was also Moodman with Omnos like top shelving. It's like, yeah, I get that.
Liz just gonna approach a chair and stare at it for a bit before sitting down.
Yeah, I think it'd be appreciated if you don't throw chairs here.
It wasn't gonna.
Thank you. And
Unless he's needed to reach anything, he's just gonna lounge.
yeah, I put on some soup, start getting the grilled cheeses ready, and then within a few minutes, sandwiches are ready, and I'm serving up a few bowls of steaming tomato soup, probably from a can, because the guys here don't really care for gourmet stuff. Eat up. That was something.
Omnos will briefly wrinkle his nose at the canned soup being used to very, very fresh ingredients indeed. But he will still eat it without comment.
And I think with that, Virginia is going to pull together everything she got from the shop to really take a closer look at all of the ledger, to basically see, okay, what can we nail them with?
Okay. And I don't actually believe that I wrote this down. I apologize, Keistra. But as you're kind of looking through some of the notes and some of the things, there is a computer that's locked, if I recall correctly. I believe there were 2 manila envelopes, one of which was full of money, the other of which I don't believe has been opened. There was a list of brief shorthand instructions and a computer in that area, if I recall correctly.
I think I would like to busy myself with the computer first.
Alrighty. So as you sit there and grab it and open it up, going to need you to make for me, as you notice that it is indeed locked, I need you to make for me an cunning or intellect and technology check.
I'm going to go for intellect technology.
Go for it.
That is 1 success.
With 1 success, it's going to take you a little bit, but you're pretty certain that you can figure out a workaround either between your own stuff and kind of working it through a back door. But that is going to take you a while if you wanted to focus on some of the other things first.
I do want to check what is in the other manila envelope.
Okay.
Lewis just picked up the handwritten instructions and is blankly staring at it, not really taking it in.
Okay. So, what you have is you have a copy of the actual ledger, because you got that from one of the file cabinets. This seems to be kind of an off-the-books ledger, as you're kind of going in regards to it. Go ahead and roll me, and I'm sorry I'm going to have you make a lot of rolls in regards to it, a cunning and subterfuge check, or academics.
Cunning subterfuge? I'm happy.
What was that, Keystrid?
Fine, just use some more momentum.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm happy to use cunning subterfuge. What? That was... My goodness.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going to use 1 momentum for that.
Yeah.
Go for it.
That's fine. Also,
An 8! 1 success.
if I may just add before I forget, I think Omnos is going to want to try and calm Lou down, or like,
Yeah, go for it.
I don't know, inspire some confidence back into him.
Oh.
Go for it. Is it like something that you want to specifically say or role play out or anything like that?
I think he's going to try and perhaps, if possible, I think he would want to try and give some sort of explanation to what happened based on his knowledge of the occult and stuff like that, I guess, if that's possible.
Let me take a look at your stats here. Quick.
And combining-
What does Omnos know about exploding chairs?
Go ahead and roll a manipulation occult check. This isn't like, technically it's trying to sit there and be comforting in regards to it, and then we'll kind of get an idea of how you're able to kind of parse the information through.
Yeah. It's not perhaps so much explaining the specifics of this, but perhaps more like talking about general occult stuff.
I've seen weirder shit.
And that's kind of like with 1 success, however Lou responds to that is how Lou does. But it is definitely the I've seen weirder shit. I mean, come on, earlier today you watched me pull out a stick and like give light things to somebody to make a promise. And you crawled up a wall with an item earlier. Like, this could just be something along those lines type.
And I mean, look, you already got a rock dog, so obviously something's going on. This is just more of the same.
Exactly.
I was really hoping it would just go away. but also, like, just having someone talking is helping. Because it's distracting him from the thoughts in his own brain.
I think Virginia does at one point chime in with, yeah, and like, okay, so I probably need a lot of goodwill with her, but I could convince Miss Che to show you some things.
Oh yeah, I could also ask around in Terra Incognita among my contacts if they know
How many
anything.
magic people do you know?
I'm from
one.
Terra Incognita. I'm not from around here. Most of my friends are.
Well, 2. I know Omnos is magic. Well, does magic. Magic
If you include yourself,
Jason?
you do magic. Yeah.
I don't. I like Virginia will if people say that Virginia does magic, she will deny it and just say I do like more misdirection. That's not really magic.
All Lou knows that you have is the magic coin, so they're not going to say that.
Well, I don't do that magic. The coin does that magic.
Yeah, exactly. So he's not going to say anything.
Are you guys staying mostly in the back, or are you guys in the front of the club type of thing?
I think we're holed up in the kitchen, so
Okay.
not the front.
I'm just making sure. Alright. But yeah, as you guys are kind of sitting there talking, with one success, Virginia, which is lucky, because technically that would have been a botch roll, but I don't really know how I feel about botch rolls yet. I'm still working on that, personally.
I've never liked critical failures, but that's just me.
Yeah. Because it just, some of it just doesn't really work out well in regards to it. But as you're kind of sitting there and taking a look at it with one success, it's written in a very quick code. You can't really get a good majority of details in regards to it, because most of it seems to be shorthand rather than an actual code.
Okay.
But as you're kind of sitting there taking a look at it, this seems to be some kind of monetary list starting at the beginning. Like, the focus is on the money. And sometimes parts will come in, some of the stolen cars will come in. They don't put the VINs on there, they just kind of write out the make and model, which you kind of half recognize from looking at the VINs yourself. In regards to, these are parts that are being sold off to other places, these are things in here. And with one success, it's kind of tough to get the details of it. But for the moment, it's definitely a place where it looks like it's more than just offloading of stolen materials, is the best way to put it.
There's more going on. Or...
The stolen material seems to be the secondary aspect to it.
Okay.
The primary aspect seems to be something else.
And is that just money going around, like laundering, or...?
Now that you've said it, yes.
Okay. And how big of an organization are we talking?
This seems to be very low-key, in comparison to it. Most of the people that Lou was able to identify seem to be affiliated, at least at the street level, of the gang that Lou is familiar with. Whether or not that goes up further into other places, you don't know, but Lou would have better idea of the size of the gang itself.
Okay. Whatever I find out, I immediately go, oh, hey, this is interesting, and point out what's going on. And when I think of, like, this looks like a money laundering scheme, I share that with the group.
So that is kind of what's in the ledger of the big area. As you kind of compare it to the other ledger, you do notice that technically more money is going in than is going out, which is probably due to the fact that they're not paying for parts that they're selling to other people or junkyards or things like that.
Right. How much was in the manila envelope, money-wise?
$38,000 or 3,800. Sorry,
3,800. Almost 4,000. Okay.
almost 4,000. I might have quoted less, but it's 3,800 now. So
Okay. No worries. No worries.
Is that enough to give Nani the money back?
I'm sure Nani must have mentioned a certain amount.
Nani hasn't really cared about it because Nani's like it is a loss in regards to it. But judging from most of the prices that you were quoted, if it was only one vehicle,
I am specifically pointing it out because it is the Band-Aid.
Yeah.
if given most of the prices that you were quoted when you went in there, this is definitely enough to pay Nani back. If Nani only got one vehicle.
That's the gist I got from it. From the conversation I had with Nani.
Okay.
So I think we have that, yes. And then I'm able to get, like, the rest of the evidence probably to the Met.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think we need to do that quickly because the people at Action Auto are going to make their own moves.
You probably also don't want to hand the information over in person because they're going to want to know how you got it.
They won't know it's me.
Okay. I'll just believe you.
Okay.
I'll probably type up some stuff. Kind of like a list of the things. I will put that with the evidence. And I would like to go to a metropolitan police station
Okay.
and hand that off and just vanish.
Right. Is there anything else that anyone else would like to do?
I don't think so on my end.
Trying to think. I don't think so.
Okay.
At least not in this place.
So did you want to go to the Met immediately? Virginia.
I would like to do that as soon as possible, yeah.
Yeah, because the longer we wait, the longer they have to destroy the evidence.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll go along if I think that there might be, because I mean, I'm still sticking to my quote-unquote contract of.
What am I
keeping
paying
people
you, by
safe.
the way?
I mean, I've given my word. That's contract for me.
Okay. I mean, yes, that is a contract. Absolutely. Just
Technically,
wondering.
you gave the word whilst doing magic on a magical rod.
Yeah.
I am getting paid.
If danger is supposed, if Omnos feels that danger is there, Omnos feels a compulsion to go.
Yeah.
Because
So,
of how the rod works.
So, depending on whether or not I feel that there might be issues on the way, Omnis will follow along.
Okay. I will. As I head out of the clubhouse, I will probably just grab one of the coats that is there, and use that in my knack of an obtrusive visitor to kind of like just look unassuming.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a subterfuge check.
That would be.
I'm not entirely sure what stat that this would be. Part of me wants to say manipulation because it's more of social subterfuge because you're going to the Met itself.
Yep, that's fair.
But if I am open to other suggestions.
I was thinking something like cunning, but manipulation works just as well because it is a social situation. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
3 successes.
Okay.
All
right.
How do guide stunts work? Again.
So for guide stunts, so the way that a stunt works in general is if your successes are greater than that of the difficulty,
right?
You can spend successes to do that stunt,
right?
Type of thing. A guide stunt specifically is a stunt that you get from your guide. But there's things like in combat, which you guys were fighting mooks, for instance, so they really didn't come up. But like to do extra, so doing damage is 0 successes. To do critical damage is 4 successes. So it's a 4 stun value type of thing.
Right.
So if you want to do more damage in a combat roll, you would buy that and do that. So you would need 3 successes above the difficulty.
Right.
In order to do
this. That one, okay.
As you so
sense.
technically speaking,
It wouldn't work.
It's definitely interesting because you can go forward to the Met and give them information. You're trying to be a little bit sneaky here, so it would have been a minimum of 1 success for the unobtrusive visitor to work. So you could do it if you had 4 successes.
That makes sense.
But not just the 3.
Yeah.
Thing. However,
that makes more sense.
Yeah, it is easy enough to go in and to drop off this information. And yeah, the police officer that's there, sits there and tries to it's definitely more of an anonymous tip, correct? It's like, here's the thing. So yeah, it's like, all right, that. Give him the pertinent details and tries to sit there and take a close look at you, but you feel pretty confident as you head on out with the rest of your day. Given that it is pretty late, I will say after a couple more hours, either at the clubhouse or as this is being done, there's nothing that's really giving you the current sense of danger. However, Lou, you are familiar with this gang enough to know that they aren't necessarily going to... It might take them a little while to mobilize something in response.
They don't have quite enough numbers to have people ready at all times.
Like, the reason why you figure that the 6 people were there was not because of a quick thing, but it was because that might have been the most amount of people in that area that could be ready at that time.
In that case, I might want to check in with my contacts at the library. In case they might have heard anything. Especially with Pete.
Pete would be easy enough to get a hold of. Again, this is close to midnight or after that, so it might take a little bit to get a hold of other people.
You said we had a few hours, right?
Yeah, so it's getting close to because you guys went at 10 in the evening, and then so it's getting close to like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Right. Okay. Okay.
However, Pete's always easy to get a hold of. You're not entirely sure if that's due to extenuating circumstances, but yeah.
I worry for him. Yeah, I will probably just try and check in, see if he's heard anything through his network of clients and...
It's professional. Do you give him a call or do you go in and stop by?
I would like to do this in person.
Alright. So, as you kind of go over to where you know Pete would be, you give a knock on the door, a specific kind of knock, and then you proceed to sit there for a solid half minute to a minute as you hear different clickings from different locks open up or be unlatched, and then he kind of opens it to a chain lock type of thing. It's dark. A lot of the light in this room currently is from systems and other things. And he's definitely a little bit disheveled. But it's kind of like a messiness that's due to lack of constant care, not because of lack of funds type of thing. You kind of sitting there and goes over it, and it's just like, so, as you kind of sit there and ask for the sake of brevity, kind of goes forward and goes, No, I haven't. I haven't heard anything yet. I mean, a lot of this did just happen, but I can keep an ear out for you if you'd like.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you. I kind of glance around at his apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Like Virginia knows what his business is.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't really into that particularly personally. But I think she kind of glanced around for just a small knick-knack or something.
So you're trying to take a look around at something?
Yeah, like a small knick-knack, maybe a fridge magnet, tchotchke, something small.
Okay, go ahead and make a... Ooh. I definitely want this to be cunning.
Okay.
Don't know what it should be otherwise. Empathy, maybe?
Sorry?
Empathy, maybe?
Well, the thing is, like, this is where I'm coming from. Virginia wants to not be in someone's debt.
Mm-hmm.
She's terrible with money. So what she's kind of is doing, like, she wants to pay for this information, but she knows the coin doesn't work on anything but purchases. So she's trying to find something like, hey, can I have this? I'll give you a 20, I'll give you 2 tenors for it.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just gonna, like, while I understand that, part of the problem with Pete here is that, one, his tastes are a little bit more expensive than that. For various reasons.
Fair enough. This is why I was looking for a fridge magnet.
And two, the thing is that you would be making a different exchange. So if Pete's going to hold debt over you, that would be a different type of exchange and not square you away.
Yeah.
But, so what I will allow you to do, though, is I will allow you to go ahead and make that a cunning culture or empathy check as you kind of take a look around.
Okay. Well, I specifically wanted to make sure that we were square, so could that be a persuasion check? I have the fast talking specialty.
Not exactly,
okay.
And I'll tell you why in a second.
Okay. Then cunning culture it is. 0 successes. I'm just going to take that as a botch.
Well, no, 0 it would be if you had the 1 in regards to it.
I rolled 2 ones.
Yeah, but I don't really know how. It's the thing is how do you rule critical failures in a system like this type of thing?
True.
Especially since this is a path, and it's not like I'm gonna make you lose a path temporarily because you rolled a botch on an observation check.
Right.
As far as you're taking a look around, you don't really see anything. Something that might come to mind later, though, as Virginia's home and thinking about it, is if you're trying to think up something for a little bit, it might be worth trying to just buy a knick-knack or a gift or something like that as an exchange type of thing.
Fair enough.
Rather than trying to trade for money in regards to it. Like, he's a resourceful person. He might be able to find other means for it or something like that. But it's definitely something to think about in regards to it.
Yep, that's fair.
Don't really know what he's into because he failed that role, but you do eventually get that idea on the way home.
Okay. That's fair. Thank you.
All right. But as after a couple hours in regards to people doing this, is there anything that Omnos would like to do before the next morning?
No, I mean, as far as I know, I'm just hanging around making sure everyone's unthreatened and
Okay.
unbothered.
Understandable. Lou, how about yourself?
Well, since everyone seems to be disappearing, Liz is gonna go home.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, if they're splitting up, then Almas will probably consider a job done and also go home, I guess.
Home or home?
I mean, I would almost assume Terra Incognita to be
Okay.
the closest home.
It is easy enough to sit there and get to the places that you need to get to if you wanted to do something in Terra Incognita.
Yeah, I mean, maybe maybe he would actually, I don't know, perhaps inquire about the rock dog with, the Sith or even King of Cats, if
Okay. Interesting.
they are available.
All right. So Virginia does a lot of that. Lou, is there anything that you wanted to do before breaking off with anybody, or when you head home?
I think everyone I'd want to talk to would be asleep by now.
Understandable.
And I don't want to wake them up.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm pretty certain most people would be okay with you waking them up in certain situations, but I understand.
Nah. It's
Okay.
fine. I can talk to him in the morning.
Yeah. All right. And then Virginia, you've done your things. Is there anything else that you want to do before we head to Terra Incognita?
I think just rest.
Okay. So as you guys head over, there is that is not what I wanted at all. Is this the one I want? Okay. So Omnos, you go home. And the home kind of has a sad beauty to it. It is actually, I can open up Demigod. I can go to the underworlds. I can go to Rotos. Okay. The area where you're like, where it is in your particular area of Rotos is put out by a big wooden water wheel. Like, it is difficult to see the top and bottom in regards to it. And there's aspects around it, around the Great Wheel. And what you see with Rotos is, what's a good way to put this? You know that in the middle, because it's something that you've seen throughout your time, is the type of shade that makes you think of a stagnant pool.
Hmm.
It's been there since as long as you've been alive. It's, as you've asked about it, the druids have given you some insight into it, and they call it Orgos type of thing. And you know that as you kind of approach it looking for the cage sixths of the King of Cats, you hear Orgos, as you walk by the wheel, call out to you. Oh no. Long time no see. You've been away for a few days. What's it like?
Is this something I'm used to?
He doesn't talk often, but it's definitely as kind of you and, for lack of a better term, your siblings have woken up and gone out into different parts of Terra Incognita, and as the wheel has started spinning and getting faster again, Orgos has definitely talked a little bit more.
And also, as a note, it's catchy.
Keshi, thank you.
Alright. Well, it's interesting. New experiences.
Excellent. What's it like out there?
Busy, so very busy. People all over the place.
Interesting, interesting.
And so many people who do not keep their words.
Such as the foibles of mankind. But it's why we give them a second chance, is it not? You
Yeah,
look
I suppose.
perplexed. Is there something on your mind?
Well, there were some who were not quite like others of that place. I would say seemed more perhaps familiar. There's a strangeness at least to them.
Strangers like yourself, so to speak, in comparison to other people, I mean.
He sort of shrugs. I haven't been around enough to know if it's like me, but one of them seems to be followed by some rock dog.
Interesting. Why don't you go ahead and roll? What type of stats do you have? Let me
I
take a
don't
look
know.
here. I will allow you to roll a intellect and integrity check real quick.
Intellect and what?
Integrity.
Alright. Yikes.
Like to spend some momentum?
I mean, may I?
Yeah. Well, as long as everyone else is
There's
okay with
3
it.
left. You can use some of it. We've got an XP.
Well,
It's definitely interesting that he's kind of interested in what you have to say, especially as he kind of seems interested in you mentioning other people, but you can't really get more of a read on that.
mhm.
A rock dog. That is quite strange. That may have been after my time, unfortunately. But I can see about finding out other things if you would do me a small favor.
What did you have in mind?
There's just any kind of like you see the shadow in the wheel kind of shift and point towards an area that you would recognize as kind of like a locked stable that's nearby. You would go, just open that up. That's all I need.
May I ask why?
It's giving me a hand, and I will do you the favor in kind.
Well, to ask for something without giving something, that would be unseemly, wouldn't it? Alright.
Absolutely.
Yep, yeah, I will agree.
Right. So you go forward.
Yep.
And you It's kind of strange. This lock, as you kind of touch it, just kind of fades away as it is ready to be opened. Do you open and take a look inside?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's long. It's a very long stable, and it kind of goes almost to where the wheel is at, if not there, type of thing. And there's lots of wagons and figures sitting next to these wagons.
Do I recognize any?
Go ahead and roll me. Go ahead and roll me an intellect and I think this would be. I think culture would be fitting here. In regards to this.
All right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, the rules are not quite in my favor today. Or in any of our... Well, Lou has had good rolls.
So as you're kind of sitting there taking a look around, you open it, and a lot of these figures have wide-brimmed hats. And part of the thing was you had to push for certain bits of information from Reese and from some of the other druids. And as one kind of sits there and takes a look at you from one of these wide-brimmed hats, it's a skeleton. It is a skull, clad in a robe type of thing. And they're like covered in dust, as if they haven't been touched in quite a long time for various reasons. And as this is opened, a lot of these skeletal wagon drivers get up and begin moving their wagons
Well,
towards
this
the
isn't
entrance.
freaky at all.
No, nothing of the sort.
All aboard the skeleton train.
Choo choo. Alright, well, I guess I'll be heading out and see if I can get some information there to what I just did.
As you kind of head out, as this train of skeletal wagon drivers just begins to go out and spread. They don't pay you any mind. You're just like, all right, cool, neat.
This can't possibly have any repercussions.
And as you kind of like are turning away, you get Orgus goes up. Now, that might be one of the places that's not directly tied here, and until recently, a lot of us more or less kept to ourselves, so it's tough to say what a stone dog might be. It might mean something different to me than it does to others. But if it is a creature, that might be something that's tied to one of those. I think the term is Eastern faiths. Could be a mythical companion. I'll look into it more, as you've done me a great favor, but I can't say for sure I know exactly what it is.
Alright, now that I have already done this favor, what did I just release?
Oh, they're called Onkus. Onko? I will type that in chat.
Yes, please. Alright.
They're servants of mine.
Alright then.
And did you still want to talk to Cat She?
I mean, I should probably also get some rest, but okay, yes.
Okay. They're easy enough to find in this area. At least some are. One of which, because yeah, the king of cats is a specific one. Cashier, talking cats. Cat. So one of them, a tortoiseshell. It kind of begins walking with you after you've released the onco. Goes. So, how was your trip?
More eventful than usual.
That sounds exciting. See anything interesting?
A rock dog following another person. Also a coin producing money out of nothing.
You remember what they looked like?
And I will do my best to describe it.
You also have your staff that you can kind of do small drawings in the local dirt, stuff like that, to kind of
Oh no.
help out. Oh no?
I am worried.
Well, this is the regular stuff, not the oath rod.
No, but
Yeah.
more in the sense of like Virginia
Oh.
getting more known in Terra Incognita.
Fine,
The
Lewis. I was
coin.
blissfully unaware.
The coin actually doesn't get much of a response because it's based on an actual form of currency. So the cat's just like, I don't know, type of thing, because cat can only know so much. But when it comes to the stone dog, gosh, I believe it was like Fushi or something like that was the actual name about it. Yeah,
It's the Fey version.
Shishi. Yeah. The cat's like, oh yeah, that's some of those guardian lion dog type of things that the people over in East Asia would do at some of their temples and things like that. You said you saw one walking around.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. That person also picked up a chair, threw it, and it exploded in a way that did not seem normal to me.
Lots of people can do stuff like. Well, I shouldn't say lots of people because I don't know how many people are out there anymore. But like, there's all sorts of people throughout history that were able to make like weapons out of regular things. I'm pretty certain some of the movies that they've got over there in the world can kind of show people doing some pretty intense stuff with random objects. You know?
Yeah, you have a point. Just this person didn't seem to expect it themselves.
Oh, that makes sense. Because like people like you kind of expect it because it's, you know, what you're used to. What you
Yeah.
kind of grew up around. But some people who might be not bored into it, so to speak, might be a bit confused. I get that.
Yeah, so I thought I'd ask around a bit, see what I could find out.
Right. Yeah. Well, I am happy to help where I can, and I'm sure that we could sit there and figure something out, if need be. Kind of try to take a look into that coin, though, but seems like that might be less of a thing, but...
Yeah, well, it may just be some trinket from who knows where.
Alright. Well, you look tired, so you should go get some sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. Well, thanks for the help as always.
You're welcome. And the cat kind of just goes off onto their own, disappearing in the shadows.
And I will get some rest.
Alrighty. It is, as everyone wakes up in the morning, is there anything that anyone would like to do?
Lily's gonna text his uncle and see if he's around to talk.
Your uncle's been up for a couple hours because you went to bed late,
Yeah.
so...
Yeah. And also Lou did not sleep well.
He will respond back. Yeah, I'm available. Did you want me to get your aunt?
It, I, if she's available, I don't know.
We'll do something a bit happier. Yeah, sure. Yeah, just go ahead and meet us in the dojo, and we'll go ahead and
I'm already on my way.
excellent. Um, he's kind of, as you arrive, going through some stretches as your aunt walks in, type
Like,
thing, putting up some
If,
stuff.
if he wasn't available, we would have gone down there anyway to just punch the striking dummies a bit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so Zushin and Mikoto are both there. As she's kind of sits there, comes and bows, and then steps in
Back.
as well.
Take off my shoes.
Of course.
So, had a bit of an incident with the gang last night.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, the other people I was with are fine.
Okay.
As we were trying to get away from them, I may have thrown a chair to keep busy, and it exploded.
Well, when you throw chairs, they do tend to break.
It was an office chair,
You
and
do have.
and
Sorry. Go ahead.
it looked more like a grenade going off than a just breaking apart. It was so loud.
Makoto speaks up and goes, "Do you think you might be able to replicate that with something else?"
Uh, I don't want to. Even if I could, I would want to break your place.
There's somewhere outdoors I'm sure that you could use.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah. And so afterwards, guys head outside type of thing. Makoto's pretty insistent on this for whatever reason.
Somehow.
So you guys head outside. She kind of hands you a rock and goes, "Just whatever you did before, do it to the tree."
Tree, I'm sorry, Tree. We'll try and focus.
If you want to, you can give it different tags for lulls, but
Probably instead of stun,
Mhm.
but what was the thing? I will have. Pushing
guessing would be
sounds fun.
interesting. Pushing, okay.
Or returning. Yeah, that one would be fun. Going to returning.
Okay. So, I'm not gonna make you roll. It's a tree. You are a trained martial artist.
Just loop it around throat.
And so it's kind of interesting because it's definitely like a fast aspect to it, and kind of like before, where it kind of starts and then kind of picks up speed at the end in regards to it. The tree, you said pushing, right? Is one that you grabbed. Pushing, 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 pushing. L. So.
Just knock them prone and says.
So, for flavor in regards to this, it's not a large tree, so you don't have to worry too much about collateral damage.
Yeah.
But you throw it and it hits the base of the tree, and the base of the tree caves in. And then there's a brief moment where it kind of begins to fall, and the tree itself falls over, breaking in regards to the stump type of thing. And like halfway through it falling over, as the cracks and stuff start coming forward, the rock bounces onto the ground and then yeets itself back towards Lou. Because he said returning.
He probably catches it like on instinct
Mm-hmm.
and then panics and drops it.
Mikoto and Shun take a look at each other and then kind of look down with aspects of thought in their head. And then kind of like go back and forth in regards to it between looking at the rock and taking a look at each other and then just getting the thoughts in regards to it. He goes, Shun's the first to speak up and goes, that kind of explains the incident with the bike then.
The fight with the. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
That was a bit much with the bike.
Oh. I mean, to be fair, it looks like you can. I don't know how much of it's instinctual or not, but given you might be able to pick different things as a situation calls for it, to be perfectly honest. I don't know.
The chair didn't come back to me.
Well, there you go.
This is so a lot.
It is a lot. Huh. Go ahead and roll me, Lou. I know this isn't your best.
Is it anything intellect based?
Yeah. So to be fair, in regards to like before the competition that you were practically bought out of, Jin and Mikoto were helping you with martial arts and stuff beforehand, right?
Yep.
Okay.
They've been training me basically my entire life.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Gosh, what would this be? Go ahead and roll an intellect and close combat. And you have 3 enhancements on this as they're kind of going through some things and talking about old memories. 7 successes.
Wow.
So here's
at least someone is very successful.
I'm so sorry I'm stealing all your rolls.
so something that happens. There was at one point as you kind of moved to this area and were doing some things. There was a kid there, and he kind of. What's the best way to talk about this? This kid was a bit of a trickster, a mischievous person. He kind of had a group of people that he hung out with. They were definitely his followers type thing.
Yeah.
And when it came time to practice, this kid also was definitely in the top of the class. But when it came time to practice, he spent more time observing people than he did practicing for whatever reason. And he was there when the aspect that got the gang to eventually come after Lou happened. And while he didn't necessarily stand up or kind of make a scene about it, you can tell, or like in retrospect, as you kind of look at it, whoever this kid was, you don't remember his name, you don't remember much else about him, was definitely upset at the situation.
Upset that I had won the fight?
Upset that you did not get the recognition that you deserve afterwards, type of thing. Where that best became second best, type of thing.
Yeah.
After that point, you didn't see him again. But there was, and it's kind of hard to make mention or to think about any of the specific times, but there could have been times shortly after that where you guys, or where you were able to use different things that you found, like a random stick as a staff or stuff along those lines, defending yourself from the gang. It's definitely hard to click, but there may have been, especially now that you've interacted with Omnos and that you've interacted with Virginia a little bit more, there's definitely something that could have been up with that kid, and it may have passed to you.
I don't think Blue really knows how to, like, explain that. But he's gonna dwell on it for a while.
Be honest, as you guys kind of are heading back into the dojo, the Shun kind of speaks up. Be honest, kind of seems neat in a like wuxia film sense, you know, like I mean, like imagine just like grabbing the pool cues and running on the walls and stuff like that.
I mean,
Seems...
yeah, but this isn't a thing that most normal people do.
Well, I mean,
And I don't know why I can do it.
Makoto kind of chimes up for a little bit then and goes, "Do you need to know why? At least right now?"
I don't know.
You could just see it as a blessing from the spirits, at least for the moment.
Never really had my back. As far as I can tell.
Well, some of them are very picky in what they can and can't do. And Shun kind of sits there and nods for a little bit, because even though his isn't the kami who are very limited in their roles and what they're doing, it's kind of like, yeah, they got a lot of red tape.
Did either of you two remember a kid at school, kind of a jackass? Did I ever mention him at all? I'm gonna try and give a brief description from the vague bits I remember.
I think so. He was talented, but slacked off in class. Kind of spent more of his time watching people, I think you said.
Yeah. I don't know where he went.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm suddenly thinking about him.
I'm gonna move this in front of the board. Okay, Makoto knows a lot about occult stuff.
4 successes there.
Yep. So Makoto kind of thinks about it for a little bit, and he goes, sometimes different spirits, and obviously things are different here. I mean, like, you've got, I think they call them gods in comparison. Transliteration's weird. Sometimes they come in a form you don't expect. And while I don't know about this particular child, if some of this might have happened after meeting him, given the fact of his talents, and what all of this ends up looking like, could be related. That is complete pulling out of theories in regards to it.
I think its spirit might have given me the ability to explode chairs.
I think a spirit gave you the ability to be able to defend yourself with what you can find.
That too, I guess.
I mean, come on, a spirit gave our family those boots.
They did?
Yes, that wasn't a spirit, but so the family legend goes.
Right.
You think he could have given them your friend the coin, like, you know, as kind of described it to Makoto, because he told him about the coin, right?
Yeah, I panicked a lot last time.
think one of these gifts could be in a coin or something? And Dakota kind of shrugs. Like, I don't really try to fathom what they want to do or think. So, it's a possibility. To be perfectly honest, I mean, being able to make anything into a weapon definitely sounds fitting in comparison
Yeah,
to some other abilities.
could do that anyway. Just now they explode.
I'm sure that you could probably do other things with them if you wanted to. I don't know what, but might be worth playing around with in a safe area, of course.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid.
That being said, I would practice with it, that way you can get a handle on it so you don't have any more exploding chairs.
Yeah, I probably should.
You want to work on that today?
Apologize in advance if I explode anything.
Alrighty, so it looks like we're doing practice outside, and I would presume for at least the rest of a little bit of the morning, or at least for a couple hours.
Until other people need lube
Mm-hmm.
or anything.
Okay. Omnos, it is morning in, well, morning, quote unquote, in Terra Incognita. Is there anything that you wanted to do there?
I don't think so. I think his priority would probably more so be to get out of there and make himself available, so to speak.
Okay.
If anyone wants to find him.
Excellent. It's easy enough because, I mean, technically speaking, the two doors to Terra Incognita are through Ginkama or the all the way over in Wales. So it is definitely easy enough as you kind of walk through the door into the middle of a kitchen that's probably finishing up breakfast and prepping for lunch type of thing. But
Yep.
all right, Virginia, is there anything that you would like to do for the morning?
I think I would like to check in with Pete in case there's news. And if it's all quiet, I think I would like to check in with Nani.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead and roll me a d10, Heather.
Just a D10.
Yep, just a singular d10.
As a 4.
Pete has not heard anything.
Okay.
For whatever reason that they may or may not be. How do you check in with Nani, and did you want everyone else there for that?
I will probably... How do I keep in contact with Omnos?
You know, Omnos can be at the soup kitchen as needed.
Yeah, but how do I make sure... Like, how do I check that he's there?
You call Miss Chie.
Yeah, that's fair.
Omnos comes and goes as he pleases.
I know, you're a wizard, Harry. Sorry, wrong franchise.
We do not mention that franchise.
I shouldn't, yeah.
Wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins.
But I think I will check in with Lou to see if he wants to come, and I will check in with Miss Chie to see if Onos is there to see if he would like to come.
I would say that Omnos is there at this time, given various purposes, so if everyone would like to come, yeah.
It was probably a little out of breath when they answered the phone, like, yeah, sure, okay.
Okay. And did you want to, so I'm presuming that you then want to meet with Nani in person?
Yes.
You're muted also, by the way.
Am I?
Min was.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry, I was just saying that Omnus will want to come to report the contract over, and you will collect the debt at a later date.
Mhm.
Just gotta get
My
paid.
part of the contract is done.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just gotta get paid. It's gonna get paid today. It's gonna be great.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But yeah, so generally speaking, what is the message that you send to Nani, out of curiosity?
I think I think the message is would like to meet up. Job possibly finished.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. And I presume you guys are meeting back up at that same cafe?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you go in, same type of thing as before. This is what I use in the other game for the cafe, so I apologize.
No worries.
But as you guys have been, same type of scene as before. There's two people working today, one of which is the same person from earlier, and the other which seems to be an older gentleman by appearances, with some facial hair and stuff like that, longer hair tied up in a man bun type thing. Both of them greet you as Omnos walks in. The previous cashier kind of stammers over his greeting for a little bit, but definitely says hi. And before too long, Nani shows up. And kind of comes over and sits down and goes, "Oh, excellent. How did it go? Glad to see everyone's okay."
I think before this, I've done the same. I've given the same order for drinks. And as Nani asks how things went, I will say, well, we found evidence of a whole bunch of wrongdoings.
Excellent.
And that is now currently with the Met.
Excellent.
And
hopefully
also,
they can get to the bottom of it.
I hope so too. And also this, and I hand her a clean envelope that is packed.
Okay. What's this for?
Recompense.
Oh.
We've recovered some money.
Okay. And she kind of opens the folder and goes, "Oh. Okay. Well, that was more than enough. And how much is in there? Because I don't know if you turned in some as evidence."
I did not turn anything in as evidence. And
So you didn't turn any of the money in.
That is correct.
Okay. So she takes about a third of it out. 1,200.
Okay.
And puts the envelope on the table. Counts out 400 from the 1,200, puts the 400 in her pocket, and puts the 800 on the table.
Sorry?
Well, two things. First of all, I don't know where the rest of that is and where that came from, so she kind of shrugs. As for the personal aspect about it, I believe, and she kind of looks at Lou there, I still owe him $800.
Yeah.
Pound.
Then we'll take his $800 because, or pounds, because I'm getting paid.
Yeah.
Getting paid?
You did get half, because it was half up front and half afterwards, and it was 1.6. If it was 1,000.
It was an amount of money that made blue screen.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as for the rest of it, kind of just shrugs.
Probably belongs to some of the other people.
Perhaps, but I don't know who those people are, unfortunately.
Well, that's something we could try and look into.
Understandable. Okay. So that is one aspect of payment. You deal in favors. She kind of looks towards you, Virginia, if I recall correctly.
Yeah. And thinking more about, like, I have this money and I need to get it to the right people.
Mm-hmm.
It makes her very nervous. Right.
You don't need it. You don't need to take it. You could just leave it there, and somebody could just have a really good tip today. Even though
Yeah.
you don't need to tip on that side of the pond.
True.
You can tip, it's just not expected.
Yeah.
The other end about it is Luke could take it. Omnos could take it. Omnos could take a 20 from that and just give
If
payback.
you give Lou more money, you will have a heart attack.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, if no one does anything, then the Omnos will definitely use at least some of the money to pay back for last time.
I look over to the others and, like, I hope I don't, like, overstep. Then I turn to Annie again and say, could you hold on to it for safekeeping?
I suppose. Is that what you'd like me to do?
Well, I don't think it'll be a good idea for me to have it.
Okay.
And so, if we figure out more stuff about who it belongs to, we can, like, figure out a way to get it to them.
That's fair. I mean, I'm gonna make a roll for Nani real quick. Smart business cookie. Very smart. So Nani sits there and goes, I can see where you're coming from. But here's part of the problem, and part of the reason why I didn't really worry about the money coming back. That place was in business for at least a few years. And I don't know how many people did business there, how many of it has actually gone forward and back. There is going to be some of it that, if there is a lawsuit that starts because of the Met's influence, there is some aspects about it that could probably be given to the people who were ripped off by them from their own funds. The other end about it is that we're not entirely sure who paid for what or how many people ended up going. The aspect about, like,
Yeah,
what's a good way to phrase this?
The ledgers
If,
that we
like,
found didn't really have much in the way of, like, customer information.
That's one part about it too, but, like, I don't know exactly what this came from, but I highly doubt that this part was over the table, so to speak. And so I can't really say in good conscience that it would be that this is necessarily someone's money who will get it, type of thing. Like, I can hold on to it for you, or I can attempt to do other things with it if you want. But I don't know between the legal aspect and other things about if this is going to go to the people that you think it will. It could just end up getting lost somewhere and some other corrupt bureaucrat ends up getting it.
Now Virginia's thinking of getting it, just giving it to the Witblades.
What about the soup kitchen?
That might actually be a better idea, yeah.
Oh, you guys
They
want to
also
divvy it
donate
up?
money, right? Or just donations could, like, buy a bunch of food with it. And...
Yeah.
Okay. That being said, I wouldn't make it an official donation for your guys' safety.
Yeah, I get that.
People will be very suspicious if I suddenly show up with money.
I'll figure out a way to get it to Miss Che without an official trace.
All right. That being said, there still is like 2,600 in there. So if Obnos would like to take some money and give it to the cashier, I'm sure that is something that's applicable.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to persuade people if people won't let me.
I'm like, how much do you want?
I can't remember what the original cost was, but it's double that.
Oh yeah, a 20 would handle that beforehand because you got like a decent fancy drink and dessert, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
A
something like that.
Danish or some sort.
No, I think it was a caramel cheesecake actually.
Ooh.
It was something caramel, yes.
Yeah, caramel cheesecake. I'm pretty sure because I think I had that the same day or a couple of days before in real life.
Tasty.
But yeah.
But yes.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then he will sort of saunter off and hand that over with a wink. For you, my lovely.
Oh, thank you. And like the gentleman comes forward with a half chuckling in regards to it and goes, what's this? Is this the person that you were talking about? And like the other cashier just begins going beet red and goes, no worries, we'll get that taken care of. Thank you, sir.
And
Type
then
of
he
thing.
will just go back.
Okay.
That is paid.
Excellent.
If there's anything that anyone wants to do with Anna here, she's available. Otherwise, she can y'all can go forward and do what you want for the rest of the day.
I think what Virginia most wants to do is get the money to some place in the soup kitchen that she knows Miss Chie will see it, and Miss Chie will be the first person to see it. And just leave it there.
Okay. Right. But there isn't anything anyone wants to do in the cafe. And just double checking in regards to that.
Yep.
I don't think for me.
Okay. As you guys walk out, why don't anyone can make me any of the following: an intellect or cunning, culture, integrity, subterfuge, or survival.
Intellect subterfuge for me, that's dice pool of 10.
Go for it.
Go with
What are we trying to do?
As you guys are walking out, this is kind of the best way to kind of put this is a perception check of sorts.
Alright.
type
So
of thing.
is this a vibe check?
This is indeed a vibe check.
I got a vibes of 3.
Okay.
Or
Lou's distracted and has a 1.
Well, Lou has a lot of buttons in
Lou's
regards.
a lot of money on his mind.
But you guys start walking and heading towards the soup kitchen. I'm gonna grab something real quick just to make sure I'm using the proper dice pool. That's what I want. That is absolute. Oh God. Okay, that was more pools. It was more dice than I thought it was.
Oh no.
that sounds fun.
One. Okay. And I'm just verifying because you're just walking down the street thinking that everything's okay. No one's being particularly stealthy. Correct?
I'm not.
Uh,
I think
I
Lou's being
don't
less
feel a
stealthy.
reason to do, but
Okay, you can.
You said Lou's not as well?
Lou's more just making sure that no one knows that he has a pile of money on him.
Okay. So, I'm gonna make item that one. So something that Virginia and almost caught on first. Lou, you're a bit distracted in regards to it. There are
Pats because he's a good boy.
something that happens that you two clock on is there is a couple of people wearing red bands next to somebody that looks far more menacing. And you notice that they point out Lou. And the other guy takes a look and goes forward. And is definitely... What's a good way to put this? Seems like bad news.
Menacing.
It's not like... If it's JoJo lines, it's kind of like less JoJo lines right now. Like, it's not the big...
You've got the sound effect, but not the symbols.
Exactly.
a stand user?
Oh no.
I'll be like, friendly
They-
yours, and trying to point them out to Lou.
With them pointed out, the two people who are next to the big menacing guy, who's looking at you right now, Lou. Those two people are the individuals that you fought off with the bike. Or a couple of them.
The color does immediately drain from Blue's face. Oh,
The big guy is new.
that guy's big. I may have annoyed them at some point with the bicycle.
Want to make a contract?
Sure.
Part of me is just trying to like clocking this and then immediately going to the person who is walking towards Lou, kind of like bump into them and like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Are you okay? And making a scene and like using my like continuously talking, being a motor mouth to distract them from Lou and Omnos trying to get away.
Okay. I'm going to tell you this right now. It's going to be a difficult check.
That's true, but I have a specialty here.
So what I want you to do, because it's more force of will type of thing in regards to it,
Yep.
I'm leaning towards presence.
Oh.
Presence persuasion here.
I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by honk sounds. Presence persuasion. Well, and I do have my specialty here, so that is an immediate success, or
That is that is a success if you get successes.
if I get successes. Okay.
It's an additional.
It's an additional success. Okay. So that's 3 successes.
The number, I unfortunately, because of what this person is, was a 4.
Oh no!
So
Can I-
close.
Can I pull the last
you want
2
to spin?
momentum?
Go for it.
Okay.
Actually, it's 3 momentum because Lou failed to roll.
Oh.
So if you want to use all 3, go ahead.
Then I'm gonna
Okay, why not?
Then I'm going to pull all of that. That is.
You want to roll one more?
I want to roll one more.
Mhm.
That is 4 successes.
4 successes. This is a player-focused game.
Yeah.
So you sit there and you bump into him, and he immediately turns. And it's definitely. I don't know how many people have watched Kill la Kill, but it's like the big guy in that one against the friend. I can't remember the names right now.
So that's the big guy.
Yes, the big guy was the guy who
My way of being like the motor mouth fits very well with Kill la Kill.
Yes. And Omnos and Lou take the moment to kind of duck beyond sight as he's trying to sit there, and he goes and turns, and go ahead and roll. Lou and Omnos, go ahead and roll dexterity, subterfuge, or survival checks, I would say. Unless you're trying to find a crowd and blend in which case that would be like presence or manipulation and culture or stuff like that. Or leadership.
I'm not even sure that Omnos would try and get away necessarily. He doesn't feel threatened by this.
Well, I don't know. No.
I hope that Omnos sees what I'm doing and.
I'm gonna like tug on this asleep and be like, get kind of side just in case. Might be able to get a jump on him. I don't know.
I'm gonna make this in front of the board.
You're gonna make it what?
I'm rolling so that way everyone can see it. I'm rolling in front of the board. Rather than rolling my dice, my that I have here. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Go ahead and add a momentum to the pool. Not that I think that it'll matter, because I think we're gonna call it here soon.
Okay.
So, as you kind of tug Omnos away, and the guy sits there and takes a look at it, you do get some distance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all but 2 of these guys. Just that way we have the map available for ease of access. We got that, and we got that, and I don't think I have a good token for this individual right now.
I think we need to go the Kill la Kill route.
When you said about token for the big guy, yeah, I was more like, I'm gonna be traumatized if you bring Richard's token in.
No,
please,
no.
please
I
don't.
will say Lou and Omnos have made it 1 range band away.
Okay.
At this point, as he kind of clocks at you guys and goes, occupy this one, and he starts menacingly going towards Lou and Omnos. So I'll put him here, so that way these guys are there, in regards to what Virginia will do. But as said, I think because rather than going straight into combat, since we've been at this for about 2 hours now, that this will be a good place to call it. At least for the
I
moment.
to menacingly walk towards him.
We can have the JoJo pose off at the beginning.
You're approaching me?
Well, as soon as Lou realizes that you can't hide, he's like, okay, fine.
I will say, ahead of everything, Virginia does not have her gun.
Yes, that is fine. I guess let me take a look at Virginia's stats here real quick. I guess you're gonna have to get creative.
Because I am not good at close combat whatsoever.
I'd allow athletics for certain things, but yeah. But with that being said,
You can run away.
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah, that too. With that being said, I've been your storyteller for the evening, Alverns, in regards to this B&E and a little bit of intimidating aspects at the end of it. with me today playing Lou, who's trying to keep a low profile and failing a little bit. I've had Keestreth.
I did it.
You did it.
Exploded
did.
the chair.
You exploded a chair. Congratulations.
Playing the enigmatic Omnos, who may or may not have made a deal with the Titan. I've had Min.
Make a contract with me. Call me QB.
And then playing Virginia, the quick on her feet type of individual, trying to distract the antagonist for the moment. I have had the Netherlad.
Soon to be changing my name to Monkan Shokumako!
And you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Goodbye! And that was that. Yeah, captions doesn't do Japanese names. It is Mankon Shoku Mako. As you can see. Thank you all so much for being here and for hanging out. Thank you, Raison, for jumping in just now, even though it's just the end of our session. I hope you are having a wonderful day. But yes, thank you so much for hanging out with our second episode of Scion Divinity Reborn with, of course, our storyteller Alfreds. I look forward to the next time. So that's going to be in 2 weeks. That's going to be interesting. Oh dear. Anyway, with that said, I see that. Let's see, is the Gamesy still live? Gamesy is ending stream, as I see. So it might not be a good idea to go and raid her. So let's see. With that, I think we could go and I see that Awkwardish Panda is live. She is currently playing The Sims. So, get your raid messages ready. And we're going to be raiding Awkwardish Panda or Panda. So next stream will be tomorrow, most likely, and I'll be doing some. Oh wait, I should wait for a moment. Because I'm going to get a raid. So this is going to be fun. I love my friends. And then everyone can see my cute little aromantic flag. Stuff's happening. Stuff's happening. Gamesy! Hello, my friend! Hello! Look at Gamesy! Honk! Thank you so much for that lovely, lovely raid, my lovely, lovely friend. Now you have 2 windows with Nether. Oh no, you're seeing double. I guess it might be a good idea to then do this again. I got a flag! Yeah! I'm working on raiding Awkwardish Panda. So thank you for joining us for that. I hope you had a. I'm raiding out. Yeah, I hope you had a lovely stream, games. You please let me know how it was. Do you have a flag? As a matter of fact, I do. Yes. Also, I believe Floodus wanted to know if this works with Cozy Nether. Kinda. I can remove flag. Honk. I can get flag. I can remove Cozy. And I can get Cozy back. Yeah, there is that's kind of an extra arm. Hold up. There we go. Now you see nothing. But as I was saying, next stream will be tomorrow. I'll be doing some world building. And because there is going to be a little bit of a hiatus with one of my campaigns, Aether Peak, due to mostly, yeah, all good circumstances. Just we won't be playing. I'll be doing some world building, kind of unrelated to the upcoming sessions, or well, maybe related, but not directly related. Oh, wait, what? Resub from Sunbury, thank you. Oh, much appreciated. So we're going to be raiding Awkwardish Panda, who's playing Sims 4. Tomorrow we'll be world building with Nether. Friday, probably no stream. So there's that. I appreciate you, son. So I'm going to get this ready. But thank you all so much for hanging out and being lovely, lovely people. And I hope you have a lovely time with Panda. I have been the Netherlad. I am the Netherlad, and I will be the Netherlad for some time. Have a lovely, lovely day. Bye.